I've been doing consulting for close to when Ugo was reading my bio for over 20 years. Forget about how I look now. But when I started, I had a friend whose uncle, I was in youth service then. I had a friend whose uncle was a consultant and so while I was in youth service, I was one of those people that I stayed in my camp, my youth service camp for 3 days only. I got to camp, I registered. 2 days later, I went to the director of camp. I told her, it was one woman, God bless her soul, Mrs. Ogundugbe, somewhere in Oyo State. I still remember the woman because she helped my life. I went to her office, I said, Madam, please, I beg you. I'm a special cop. She said, you have just come. You have started again. I said, no, but it's not like this. She said, what do you want? I said, please, I want exit permission. She said, you just came 3 days ago. Why? Which kind of exit? I said, ma, please. I need to go to Lagos. I was in Oyo. She said, why? I said, I have a training. I'm supposed to be training Wema Bank. And we have been pursuing that deal for a while. They just got us she said, you are a trainer? I said, yes. So I left camp. She said, okay, how many days? I said, 4 days. I left camp. I went to Lagos. We finished the Wema Bank training. I returned to camp. I went straight to her office the next day. I gave her an envelope. She said, hi, this cup, I like you. 3 days later, I came back. I said, ma, I need to leave. She said, another one. I said, yes, I'm going to. We have ExxonMobil. I need to go to Eket. I went away. I came back. As soon as I entered her office, she said, you are back. I said, ma, this is for you. He said, where are you going next? I said, I don't know yet. He said, where are you going next? I said, I don't know yet. Let me tell you. So when I tell people that my first oil and gas training, I was training ExxonMobil, I did it from camp, they don't understand. But how did I get there? It was because somebody else that had leverage opened the door. That's what is called network marketing. It's just people opening doors for people that do not have leverage. But there must be a door to open. The problem with all the network marketing we have heard about is that there was no door in the first place. And they were telling people they were opening it. Okay? It means a network marketing that does not have product and then they were still selling. But the point is that real estate can never go out as long as the earth remains. You know I'm a pastor too, so I'm telling you. As long as this earth remains, that there is land space. In fact, if we run out of land space, we'll start selling water like we're doing in Lagos. You know now every country has water territory. They sell it. Yes, we'll start selling it. And our job in real estate is to ensure that we still have niche to market. That's my job. Really, I only sell lands when I find one. Like Francis, I've told him now, I have one land. Oh yeah, what's my commission? We are talking now. But my job is to ensure that we have enough niche to play with. So for example, if an engineer tells me, I'm not very good with selling lands. The value chain, Francis has explained all of this. So I want to stay here. All right. So ownership, where the ownership chain is, okay. When people are saying we want to own, they are doing two things. Two people are playing there. Is it that they are developers, okay, or they are what? Investors, okay. They are trust fund investors. All right. If that's not where you want to start your play, you can come here. So even bankers. So we have affiliate. We have networks with banks because we need them. Why? Because in the real estate value chain, what must happen? Financing must happen. So somebody is telling me that no, I don't want to sell, but I know people that know people in bank. We need you. Register. We need you. We need to do financing because financing must happen. Okay? In fact, I was sharing with Ugo because of a certain program we were talking about. I was sharing how we can leverage young people. Okay? Right? If you are in construction, okay, maybe you are now a builder. You are part of the real estate value chain, right? You are a builder, you are an architect or something. Then if you are, so this is where a lot of us are, transaction. We buy and sell. Real estate agents / brokers. Okay? We are buying and we are selling. So we are here in the value chain. Other people, which we are going to still go through. So you see that we have not started. So when we are saying we need people, we have not started. See, we have a lot to do. Because we still need to set up management companies. Still need to set up management companies. How many people? Those people that raised their hand, was it everybody? So that before I start telling people trade secrets, they'll go and share somewhere. Okay? We're setting up intelligent management companies. So there's a system we're trying to work on presently. Okay? Presently, there's a system. So we discover that people own property. All right? So if you are the, owner level, you own, you want us to manage it, we can set up a system for you. And those things will still pay commission over time. We'll still set up systems like what the sellers have for these things. You'll see. We'll still set up systems. Because my classmate in school who lives in Germany, we were talking this morning before I came. Some weeks ago we were talking because of certain projects we are trying to do together. And he told me and said, I have several properties in Nigeria. So every time he gets a property in Nigeria, I know. Okay? So he was telling me that he would love to come back and live in Abuja. But that every time one of the reasons was that all the while he has been in Germany, okay, he has never had a headache moving from one property to another. He said when he thinks of parking in Nigeria, everybody has said, how many people have headache when you think of parking? Like where I live now, I can't think of parking. If the thought enter my head, I'll bind it. I say, no, I bind you. Why? The stress around parking is too much. I said, why? So he lives in a certain estate developed by a certain company, all right? He lives there. Now, when he was living in Cologne, he was still living there with the same landlord. He has lived in Berlin. He has lived in Stuttgart, the same landlord. I said, the man used jazz for you. He said, no, be jazz. I said, why you don't want to live here? He said, in fact, if I'm planning to move, he stayed in Frankfurt for a while, the same landlord. He said, if I'm planning to move, it's that same landlord. I said, how is he doing it? We're now talking about systems. What did they do? All right? So the place he stays, okay, when he was leaving, he just told the people, the estate management company said, please, my company has relocated me to Stuttgart. They said, no problem, sir. We have a property in Stuttgart. Okay? And guess what? Where he was in Berlin, he just paid for 3 years. Okay? And they pay, because he was in a big company, he said, let me pay off rent. Because rent is paid monthly or weekly. He said, no, we are in Nigeria, we don't pay rent like that. Monetize my own for 3 years, let me know. So he paid them. 6 months into that stay, his company now said, well, we are moving to Stuttgart. So he called the property company and said, I need to move to Stuttgart. They said, no problem. The property in Stuttgart is just 2% less than where you are staying now, but it's good, it's excellent. So what we will do, we will transfer your rent to Stuttgart. All right? We'll transfer your rent to Stuttgart. He said, what of my daughter's school? He said, my son's school. He said, no problem. The same school is there. We'll move your child there too. Supermarket, everything. So people don't leave that landlord. What you do is that you're telling him you need to move to another state. You say, okay, don't worry. Just carry your bag. Enter bus, arrive there. The flat, the same standard. In fact, for some people that have the management, in fact, when you are paying your rent, you decide to pay whether you want to pay to move without property. That is, every time you move, you don't want to carry property. Okay? So when they are moving you somewhere, it's fully furnished. You don't wake up and say, oh boy, today, more they park. No. He just gets up, carry his bag and his wife and carry student clothes and say, oh yeah, let's go. They move out. And when they arrive, everything is seamless. The child goes to school the next day. Because the school is part of what? The property management system. The grocery, the shopping, everything. Imagine if SET has that development in Enugu, have it in Abuja, have it in Port Harcourt, have it in Lagos, have it in Bayelsa and Endo. Anybody that moves around these 3 states, you are not thinking of new landlord. By the time you start thinking of agency fee, new one. Agent fee, lawyer fee. You say, my brother, SET, where that in the house there? Just move me there. So there are niches that are unexplored. Calm down. We have not started. When you hear people are earning commission, calm down. We have not started. We are somewhere in the back. This money that they are making, we are in the back. When they say line up in the world of real estate globally, we are at the back. When we start moving front, you imagine what people will be saying. When we start moving front. When we move small into the line, you now say, my brother, this team movement is good here. All right? Okay? So we are there. So we are in the use. So some people must be in the use area, managing usage. We are there, builders and construction. So when Pastor Francis is looking for people to buy land, I'm looking for people that want to automate houses. I have an automation company. Have you seen smart homes? Yes, I deliver it. Because everywhere we go is selling property. It tells me, oh boy, you get one man who wants to start. We'll ask him whether he wants smart home join. Why? Because it's a feeding service. That's network marketing. I don't want to go around looking for people that are building houses. He knows people that are buying property and developing. All right? So I just tell them, okay? So ask the person, does he want a smart home from day one? Yes. My guys will come there. When we deliver a smart home, both the real estate prospect, the agent that got it, the commissions are rolling around. Are you understanding? Yes. So that when you are going to sell your own, you have more things to say than the average realtor. Imagine you are selling a developing house and you are telling the man, sir, we also provide automation services in case you want a smart home. We can help with your lighting. We have green lighting. Can I call my guys? The man will say, this is a correct real estate people. Why are we saying it? So when Francis was talking about training and development, that is what makes the difference. The difference is that we want you to be able to sell where people are saying the people are not listening. Are you understanding this?
Yes, sir.
So, a real estate agent or brokers are people, look at your description if you are part of this, who represent sellers and buyers, right? You are representing either sellers and buyers at different times. Sometimes you are representing the buyer. Sometimes you are representing sellers, right? Okay? Okay? Or in real estate or real property. It is the second definition I like. Look at this one. Licensed professionals, very soon. So all of this training, when they are talking about that we are going towards Set Academy, notice, what we must understand is that where the world is going, that's where we are going to go. So very soon, people cannot just come together like this and sit down and just raise your hand and become realtors. It's going to happen in this country. You will have certifications to go through. Yes, you will have licensing.
Yes, sir.
So when they read my bio, they said I'm a licensed business development provider, right? So because everybody, we want to ensure that people don't just cannot wake up from sleep and say, I can help you develop your business. It's not possible. So Smithing is licensing now. I think I'm like the 4th batch. So there are only 4 sets ahead of me. Okay?
Yes, sir.
All right? Very soon. But look at this. What they do is that they connect buyers and sellers and represent them in negotiations. So 2 core skills that I wanted to exhaust, but we'll take our time. 2 things that a realtor must do. You must be an astute what? Salesperson. And the second skill is that you must be a very good negotiator. So please listen, because even if you are speaking Igbo in that selling, the content must be different from the other guy. Sales, and then your ability to negotiate. We will take our time and break this down as we continue. Okay? All right? So, if you are part of the people that raise their hands when we go ask who wants to join, let me give you a first assignment. Okay? Francis said it. The only way to sell is to do what? Is to sell. But you must have a picture of how you want to sell. Let me try and explain. The world record for 100 meters, 100 meters, is under 9 seconds. Somebody should Google it. I think it's 9.61 now, or 9.21. Under 9 seconds. 9 seconds, right? That's what people like Usain Bolt, Ashafa Powell are running. 9 point something. Do you know that before 1826, right? The American Medical Association came out with a study that any sprinter, any human being that runs 100 meters under 15 seconds is liable to have a heart rupture. This was a medical finding. That if a human being runs for 100 meters and he does it for under 15 seconds, that his heart may rupture. Notice so, nobody wants to find out. Since nobody wants to die, nobody wants to find out whether this thing is true or not. You know, so I'm going somewhere. Now, a certain white man called Michael, I've forgotten his other name. One lean guy. In the Summer Olympics of 1986 or so, he ran. He forgot that medical report. So this guy ran 100 meters in 14.86 seconds. Just under the 15 seconds matter. When he finished the race, he fell on the ground. People were fanning him. So the medical response was check his heart whether it's about to rupture. Because we know that medical report says. So they checked the guy's heart, they were calming him down. The guy stood up, he was very okay. They said, what happened? Is his heart? He said, no, he was just tired. They now told him his time. That his time was 14 point something seconds. He said, hey. He said, let him try again. Let him try for 13 seconds. They said, no. Please, this one was lucky. He said, calm down. So this guy ran 100 meters under 13 seconds. When he finished, people were looking at him like this. Die. It's like in the Bible when people said there was a viper that beat Paul, and then people were looking back. They were like, die. The guy said, I beg, nothing to have. Coaches now started saying, it is possible. I'm going to possibility. It is possible to run 100 meters in 13 seconds. Some few years later, there was a guy called the Bullet Train. Ryan Hayes. His nickname is called the Bullet Train, a black guy. He was the first person that ran 100 meters under 11 seconds. They waited for him to die. He didn't die. He came back again. He ran 11 point something again. They waited for him to die. He didn't die. All the coaches said, our next training is 11 seconds. What kind of nonsense is this? So coaches adjusted their training. But today we know that it's possible to run 100 meters in 9 seconds. We know because we have seen it. What am I trying to talk about? When you want to start selling, you see, that is why mentorship is key. Find somebody that is selling. Are you understanding this? And understudy. It will eliminate your fear. It will save suffering. You know that suffering of people calling you. You travel to Lagos. They did it so that you can't repeat it. It's not like you will not suffer, but at least. All right? So, find out. How am I knowing about all these innovations I'm telling you? If I can spend the next for 1 hour telling you property innovations. Things that we need to develop in the market. How did I find out? Why? This is where the knowledge is. So if you ask a realtor, what's the largest real estate company in Nigeria? You should know. Because there is something they are doing, that's why they are the largest. You need to find out. Add it to your own knowledge. And that is why when we said learning and development is key, they were not joking. It's key. If I tell you what these guys are doing, you know these people? 21st century homes. How many of you know 21st century Fox? They are very known for movies. Kaha. But they have bought a lot of sets and built so much sets in the world. They now found out that they are really a property company. It's just like McDonald's. You know, McDonald's has a McDonald's properties now. Right? Yes. The largest real estate company in the world is arguably McDonald's. Because they have more franchise than anybody. And the McDonald's pattern was that they were not renting, they were building. So suddenly they found out that, oh boy, we are not a fast food though. We are a real estate company. We are real estate. What are the tricks? What are the tricks? What are they doing? Those are some of the things we must do. You will see. You will see. So when he was saying, give us 1 year, give us 2 years, it's not story. It's not story. There are certain things we are looking at. When we start implementing them, you will be finding places you will see that there are places to plug in. In fact, let me tell you, I was telling him recently, I think about last month, when we were doing the development program in part of something my church was doing. And I was saying, we don't want people to flood the real estate, sellers market. Why? Because it makes it difficult for people like you. You know why? Because everybody now is a realtor. There are too many now, you don't know fake, I'm from real. You just see people, they are just selling. People are selling their street. You say, but my brother, I'm on my street, so if you want to buy. So, prospective buyers, that is why people abroad are skeptical. They are looking to everybody selling. Somebody selling his roof in his house. Say, but he won't sell out. So, there's a problem. So, I told him, I said, see, so that we don't get saturated, okay, we must find a way for people to be able to make money without them becoming realtors. So that we can leave room for people that really want to be realtors. We want students to be in school. We don't want them to be realtors. But we want them to make real estate money. Are you understanding this? Yeah. But how will they eat real estate money? That problem is our problem. We must solve it. And we have already, it's just that I don't want to tell you the solution. It's not like we are trying to. We found a way around it. There's a system. There's a system. Where are we getting all these systems from? All right? We are benchmarking. We are benchmarking. So that real realtors like Prof can be realtors and people can trust you. Because when people encounter 10 fake, it is difficult to now say that you are real. Because they have what is already called buyer's remorse and fatigue. They are tired. You are now saying, oh God, I'm the reaper. They say, my brother, I don't do it. It's not your fault. It's because they have met fake 10. They met 10. All right? So, let me leave you with this one. This one you need to, now that you have decided, you need to ask yourself, what is the day in the life of an agent like? You must see, if you don't make up your mind how you want to be an agent, it does not happen by magic. Doc, Prof, you agree with me, right? It's not by magic. You must see. So what you need to do, what does a real estate agent do on a daily basis? They were asking certain real estate people. He said, look at this one. He said, I spend most of my time out of the office making and returning calls and showing property. The rest of the day, I comb the mailing list, all right? Property mailing list for new listings for clients. I'm primarily a listing agent. So this guy is a listing agent. But look at what this person said. Look at what this person said. He said, my typical day consists of lots of web updates, social media, email, contract negotiations, phone conversations, and I work mainly from behind my decks, while my business associates show homes. You see, this is the networking we are talking about. Okay? That's why we are designing support systems. We want to be able to market while you do selling. Because, you see, one of the greatest issues is trying to sell something that has not been marketed. Let me break this down. Let me break it down. Because sometimes when I go to teach companies, I go there, they tell me that they have a department called the same person. They say they are doing sales and marketing. I say, how can one person do sales and marketing? Are you normal? They say, yes, it's the sales. Until I begin to teach them what it means. Marketing is not sales. Give me your phone. Give me your phone. Okay, yes, well covered. So this phone is called Udochi Cell. We have tested it in the lab. It's better than the iPhone Pro Max. But how many of you will buy it? Will you buy? No. The answer is no. We don't care if it's better. Why are we not buying? We don't know what is Udochi Cell. I think somebody's physically. That's the only reason. It might be better than the iPhone, but it has not been marketed. And we will not buy it. Marketing is creating a conducive awareness in the minds of people that allows sellers to sell easily. Did you get this one? Yes. The reason you will easily buy an iPhone is because of the work Apple has done. Apple has already convinced you. It's not the seller. The seller is just telling you new features. Now, if I bring a phone, that the phone is called Samsung is already known. Nanjatel. We produce a phone, it's called Nanjatel. We made sure that this phone, we've combined all the function of Apple, Samsung, everything combined together. There's nothing like it on the planet. My brother, if I give you 30 of that phone, I say between here and that roundabout, sell it. You will not sell one. In fact, you bring the phone out, say, my brother, the new Nanjatel. They say, hey, why not? And you are trying to sell them the best phone on the planet. And they are not wrong to wind up. What is Nanjatel? We have never, it's nowhere. However, if Nanjatel decides that we don't want to put marketers on the street, we don't want to put sellers on the street, we want to market. They can market it until the point that it's people that are walking around.
Just I had to change. Yes. When they come, they should either be thinking, this one is real. Do I want to transact or not? Not whether they are now doubting. This one. No. So, what are you going to do? You need to decide, how is my own day going to be as a realtor? This is one decision you must make. One decision. Me, as I told you, what do I do? Every property listing that I hear, what do? I just want to investigate the client. When I hear somebody buys a new house, when they tell me, I don't know, I'm trying to say, does he want to buy another one? No. I go and check for his what? What is he worth? Once I find out his work, I know whether he can afford my automation. Okay? So there was a client that we just finished from Abuja that did a home automation. Well, as soon as I heard he was interested in listing, I went to check his value. I said, okay, this one is good. Once I check and I can find, I'll just come and tell you, for that, what we need to do is that, and sometimes, when we begin to go into sales, like for us, like some of my boys that do automation for me, you see, I tell them, there are certain things, when we want to sell automation, we don't approach the man, we find his wife. Like this man, we just told the woman, because the woman was spending a lot of money setting up our kitchen. One of my boys now met him and said, madam, make fire. Maybe she said, go for it. He said, no. There's a system we can do. It will detect your gas leak. Even if you are out of the country, you can switch on the gas. Just open your phone and call it off. Now, have you ever left your house and you are thinking that you left your gas on? Anybody has happened to you, are cooking, you now leave and say, hey, I off gas. You now call your neighbor and say, would you go check my flat? You say, I just come out. You say, yeah, who did I come back? All this trouble, calm down. If there's a leakage, the system will send you a text. If it smells it, to send you a text. If you think it's a problem, you can look at your camera. You can even do an auto shut off from anywhere you want. The woman heard it and said, He said, let me call my husband. When you man carries it to our husband, there's no way the man cannot say no. At least we'll get the kitchen. But when we met the husband, we now told you, say, he said, what did you say? We explained. He said, that was from my dad. I said, no, that you are. He said, what if you have visitor in your house? He said, what? He said, you can open door from your car now. He said, you can receive a visitor on your AC, set music, and tell the person to wait, and shut down every other room, and the person will be in the parlor alone. The man said, you said what? He said, my brother, come, see me tomorrow. By the time we left his house, we had done automated staircase, we had done security, we had done CCTV, we had done automated power from one list. How many more hours do I want to put in? How do I want to go about it? How do I want to go about it? You need to make these decisions from one, so that you are not frustrated. And as the quicker you see results, the happier you will become. Believe me. Motivation is easy when you have seen results. You don't get alert. It's easy. Once you get alert, it's easy. When we did the first home automation, I told them to go and do the costing of the automation. When they finished, when the guy paid us the advance payment, what we did for him, the advance, 80% of the advance payment covered everything we did for. That is, he has not paid me my balance. 80%. That 80% had paid all the guys that worked. So when I was now thinking of the remaining coming, I said, my brother, more than find everything. But now we have the choice. Okay? All right. We're not going to this. We don't have the time. I don't want to overload you. But in the next few weeks, I'm going to be teaching you how to sell. How to sell this. We need to know the personality of what the seller does. A lot of the times, people, one of the things you will hear most with your real estate now, this initial, is people saying what? No. Yes. And no can be the most frustrating thing to a seller. However, no is one of the highest selling weapons for people that know what to do. In fact, there was a certain company that gave their salespeople a target. You know what their target was? The salesperson to get the highest rejection. Their target was to get rejections. Yes. That is, you have 5 salespeople. Their target was the person to get the highest. We are selling this Bible, okay? The Bible was our product. But your target is not to sell. That's not what we are rewarding this for. We want to find out the person that has the highest rejections. Yeah. So your job, if you go and meet somebody and say, hey, Bianca, we're selling the new electro Bible, the ink lasts for over 3 weeks, continuous writing. It does not stop, it does not smear. I mean, we're very good at it. When you put your ink in your Bible in your pocket, have you ever had an ink splash? You say, yes, this one never happens. Look at it. Blah, blah, blah. The person answers, no, I don't need it. Say, you don't need it. Please give me your name. that is the target. That is the target. Anybody that says, are you serious? Give me, I'm buying. You reconsider. That's not target. Say, thank you very much. I'm going to the next one. We are looking for no. No was their target. Guess what? The person that had the most no had the highest sales. Why? Because they knew that rejection is a game of numbers. Yeah. You need to talk to more people to get no. Wow. So if I come to all 5 of them and they say, yes, I've not met any target, I need more people. But I've made 5 sales, right? What to do with no is key for sales. No also gives you the opportunity to reinvent. When people say no, most marketers just walk out. No, when somebody says, see, the worst thing for a marketer to hear is, this is the one my people come back and say, Alpha. They now say, Oga. He said, he will call us later. I say, yay! See me later. I say, yay! This is not kidding. See me later is not the same answer. See me later is the worst thing that you can hear. All I'm thinking about, I will think about it. That one I said that voice me. I'm thinking, because when you call the person now, what does it tell you? I'm still thinking, and it's true, he's still thinking. What do you want him to do? He's thinking. If he had said no outrightly, we would have had something. Because once you say no, don't walk away. Say why, sir. This is the reason Coke invented pet bottle. No was the marketing that drove the small pet bottle. You know that Coke pet? There was no that invented it. Because every time they sold to dealers and retailers, people were not buying the big, I don't remember Pepsi for Coke 1 liter. When was the last time you bought it? For what? Have you ever finished one before? No. Nobody finish it. That's why it's faded off. Because people will buy it and yet they number one, they don't know where to put it. It's too big. Number two, they don't finish it, so they feel cheated. So when people started saying no to the 1 liter, the marketers became wise and said, why? They said, no, it's too large. When you hear feedback of 1,000 too large, is that not telling you that you need to reinvent the product? We produce a pet bottle. So no gives you the opportunity to reinvent. So why did you not buy? They say, that place. If there was an access road, you now know if you're a developer, access road will build your innovation. Innovation. No is the only route to innovation. So don't waste it. Somebody said no. You gather his information. He said, the way you explained that land, I was not comfortable. My marketing is not good enough. So you just go and say, that person is not serious. You know they like bad. He said, like, but he's not here tomorrow, he bought. Yes. It wasn't like he didn't like to buy. It's the way you said what you said that didn't convince him. If you got feedback, you go and sit down and write. I wish I could show you a short video, a sales video. You will see what they did. In fact, later we'll look at that video. For line. A short video. So the person, when they wrote the 15 things to note out when you are trying to sell them. Proximity to electricity, proximity to national infrastructure, maybe an airport plan. You must note all of those things. You just say, no, the land ain't making a very big land. So what? Are we trying to farm? Even though farming lands are in niche now. There are 15 things you must gather about that land. So that when you are talking about it, in fact, the person will say, this time, you know what you're doing. Sure. All right? So there's a full psychology on the salesperson. There's a full psychology of the salesperson. Shalom, let me stop my printer because my time is up. My printer, you have to do it. All right. Okay, so like I said, we're going to take it easy. We're going to take it. Just go to the next slide. Just go to the next slide. We're going to take it easy. We still have a full day. I'm sure when we get online, we'll still do it. And for those of you that catered, we still need to do a full class on negotiation. Once we finish the sales and the negotiation class, you are equipped to go out. We know what to say. You will know how to say it. If you meet somebody like him, and then if you contact somebody abroad, you now know what to tell them. So that we are not joking. In fact, let me send you the longitude and latitude. In fact, it's not big deal. I can show you how to get the longitude and latitude for this room now. If you bring out your phone now, I will show you how to do it. You text it to somebody in China. The person puts it down, you will see us here now. In fact, you can be in the land and send the longitude. So let it not be that one send you video. Just click this one. Zoom, you will see me, you wave. Say, are you seeing me? Say, yes, you need that. That's how I sold my land in Lagos. Because it was in Ijebu, I couldn't try. The man was there, he said, I told you, go. When you shall let me. I sent him longitude and latitude. I zoomed, I saw the man. I said, Alaji, that you wearing white shirt? Say, are you in? I said, yes, or you are. People that are in Dubai, they are trying to set up nuts. If you ask my brother, in the last 3 weeks, the only thing I've been reading is nuts, granite, coffee. Why? It's not like I want to plant, I want to sell land that can grow it. I don't want to tell them I have 15 acres of land. That's not my point. I want to tell them when I tell them that we have 32 acres of land. The soil test analysis is humus soil 0.6, magnesium content. When I'm telling him, he will know that that's cocoa farm. He will not be asking me, are you sure cocoa will grow? No, it will grow. When he calls somebody else, the person says, no, sir, we have 32 hectares, it's very big. He says, no, this one don't know what I want to do. Because they are trying to outsource. All right, great. They are trying to outsource. All right? So number one, maybe I'll just take 5. Number 1 is self-esteem. Yes, self-esteem. What is self-esteem? The confidence that you are not doing, the person is not doing you a favor. Francis said it, right? Self-esteem also comes when you have well researched the land. A seller is different when he knows what he's saying. You can be correct, but the way you are saying it,
But that's why when I train people that go for interview, I tell them there is no interview that is trying to check whether you're intelligent. Have you ever seen people come out of interview and they're not asking people, hey, what did they ask you? They ask you that question. You must be sick. Who told you they're going to ask you the same question? No. So I tell my people, the people I do my course for, I tell them, when you go into an interview, calm down. There's something called leading the interview. Every interviewer has maybe 8 questions or 10 questions written down. They have 200 people waiting to be interviewed. They have 2 hours to do the interview. Who is under pressure? Is it you or the interviewer? This is the interviewer. You don't know that he's under pressure, so you are shaking. The man has 200 people. He has 2 hours. Max he can spend, if he needs to interview those 200, is 15 minutes per person. He's under pressure. And on top of 15 minutes, he now has to decide who is the best candidate. You are not under pressure. He's the one. It's just that you are looking for money. Remember what Francis said? When you are eyeing commission, the people will send that you are just money. This one they are looking for money. What you are just thinking of is salary. Say, God, may they just pay me this salary, make I get this work. No, you are in trouble already. The interview is under. So I tell my people, I say, when you go and sit down, they will ask you, hello, what's your name? Can we meet you? In fact, there's only one prayer point. You know, they told you I'm a pastor. So I told them, when you are praying, pray for one question. Any interview you enter, and the first question is, can we meet you? God has helped you. If you come outside and you say God did not help you, you are a liar. Because can we meet you is a golden buzzer. Can we meet you is the opportunity for you to take the interview to where you are comfortable with. Don't let it go. Because I've interviewed people, they come and sit down. When I ask them, can we meet you? They say, my name is Jane. I graduated from University of Enugu, UNN. I studied medicine. I'll say, is that all? Okay, so you are a field medical doctor. Can you describe the community colossus of ecosystems when the etymology of the disease? This question, you did it in year 1. You can't remember it. My brother, you have failed. Why? You did not fail that question. You failed the question, can we meet you? So I told them, don't do that. Everything you are describing is already on a CV. They know your name. They know the school. So you send them CV. They know all those things you just said. They already know it. It's there. So when you do, can we meet you? I just called, my name is Sylvanus Essiet. I can describe myself as an astute team player. I think my best value that I bring to a company is the fact of my work ethics. He said, no. Once you say it, they'll stop you and say, okay, no, explain how your work ethic. You know that I'm the one leading, I'm suggesting the questions. They are asking questions, but I'm the one suggesting it. I was not saying, oh, thank you for that question, as if I'm not the one that said it. Thank you for that question. Well, in 2016, I worked at Set Realty. When we started, we had about a 16% realtor turnover. After 2 years of my intervention, we had a 60% realtor turnover. And we made a volume of maybe about 2.5. No, wait, hold on. Explain how you people made that volume. I'll say thank you for that question, sir. When I finish, they have 15 minutes. I'm taking their time. In 10 minutes, all of them are smiling. Me, I'm smiling. They say, sir, we'll talk to you later. Communication and in touch. Because that's where the opportunities are. That's where the contacts are going to come. That's where. So they do property estimation. Like if this place is damaged, if they have a fire outbreak here or a mold waterlog, they restore the office. The people that do the estimation estimate the damage and the cost. They are in Nigeria, but the property is in America. So how do they measure the space? How do they get measurement? How do they... All of those things are technology. So they are trained here, they can stay in Nigeria and measure the entire estimation and give you a cost for a property in America. We are going far, there's work to be done. Okay? So stay in touch. Yes, questions? Yes, sir.
Sir, I appreciate my experience here today.
Thank you very much. Who is taking video? Who is taking video?
Knowledge. If it's God, you'll be saying that my people perish for lack of knowledge. Thank you so much. I'm seeing real estate and what it is as in from a very different perspective. I appreciate. I'm very happy.
You'll be happier when you get a lot.
Amen.
You don't know the happiness.
that will increase my time. God will also appreciate that. Amen. Please, I want to ask you a question. For someone like me now, as interested in this and it's falling in line with what let me not go back to saying I'm happy, but I'm glad I'm here. I want to ask you a question. A young boy like me now, real estate, like being a realtor, like we are seeing it, involves me becoming self-employed. But then a young boy like me is employed, working somewhere. How do I cope with this beautiful thing?
Yeah, so I think I answered your question in the first point. What is the day of a realtor like? You need to decide. A day in the life of, what's your name?
Chidera.
Chidera, as a realtor. What's going to be your day? Because you are working somewhere, right? You already have an 8 to 5. You don't want to quit it right now. So you need to decide, what do I do with my real business? Like when Francis was saying that we have provisions for people to help inspect for you. Do you understand? So you know that you may not be able to set up your personal inspection during the week, but you can say, okay, I have seen a property. So you can decide, okay, I close from 5. I close by 8 or 5 o'clock. From 5 till 8 or 9, I'm going to do real estate. What am I going to do? I'm going to go and prospect, design my opportunities, set up, find out where the available, and that's why we need those community support. What's the available properties? Maybe there's a WhatsApp group. This person has posted, and Kechi has said that there's a land in this thing. You now find out, okay, so there's land somewhere. What can I find out about that land? If I were you, because I'm not going to be on the street. When I'm doing my own post, maybe social media is my own post, right? Because I can do so. You know what I'm going to post? I'm not going to post just picture. I'm going to post the Google Earth map. I'm going to write the longitude and latitude for verification purposes. Please, this is longitude and latitude for the land. I'm going to go and research. Is that property, is the papers, like for example, there are some papers that are property documents that are in public domain. Okay? For example, the map of the city of maybe G.R.A can be in public domain. It can be in public. You can go and check it online. Yeah? I will post it there too. I will now begin to write roads, major points. So 3 kilometers away from major shopping mall. 4 kilo. There's a video I would have played. But because that is what I have time to do. When I post it out, everything that has gone out that morning are nonsense compared to what anybody that sees that same property will call me first. I cannot do inspection. I'll not tell you, sir. I will arrange with my real estate company to take you for that site inspection on Tuesday. Will you be available, sir? Yes. I'll give you a reminder on Tuesday morning. I'm still at work. I'm still at work. What I want you to do again, because see, like an engineer now, this is what I always advise. Not everybody enters real estate to stay there forever, like this as a realtor level. There are some people that are realtors. They are sell people through and through. They were born to sell. You might be an architect, but you cannot plug in to the architectural value chain of real estate now because you need to develop finance and cash. But that is where you are most comfortable. So you must ask yourself, what is sale as realtor, sales and buying going to do for me to transit me to architecture, but still in real estate? You understand it? You can be a designer. See, your job can be that you are an interior decorator. That is what you know how to do best. But you can't go into, you are using realty as the input for your output.
Process.
You have it at the back of your mind. So what I want to do is survey landscaping. That's what I do. I read landscaping in school and I'm very good at it. I can design wonderful landscaping. But people are not buying landscape like that, right? Good. So I'm going to plug into where? Realtor. But I must be knowing what landscape is doing because that's my goal. So I have 4 years. How much value, how much income can I raise as a realtor in 3 years that will transit me to landscaping? What's the land value system for landscaping? What's the income? What's the market worth? That's what I advise. Like if I sell land now, I'm not selling this because I want to sell more land. I'm selling it because I want to get money to research more automation. That's all. Because I now found out that there are new gadgets that people want. And I want to be the first to put it in the real estate market. But I need money. And my quickest plug for getting money is selling.
That's
simple.
I will say this as on behalf of my classmates and participants. Please, let's stay on hand with what we've chosen to start doing by fixing this meeting virtually.
It has been fixed before you came, don't worry.
Yes, I'm appreciating it. And I'm saying, please, let's keep it up. Well
Thank you.
done.
Thank you,
So
sir.
let
me take his own question. Let me just take his own. You wanted to ask a question? Yes, go ahead.
On the aspect of making use of Google Earth now.
Yeah.
Like how do I know the coordinates, longitude and latitude of the particular area where I market?
See now, I'm supposed to charge for this one. Okay. So you have Google Map, right? On your location. Let me show you the longitude and latitude for where we are right now. MTN, help my life now. Okay, great. So, right? So this is where we are, Goshen Plaza, right? Okay, this is Goshen Plaza. So what I want to do is that I want to go to Google Earth. Now I can click on this and look up. Let me calibrate first so that my map is accurate. Allow. Oh, scan. All right, it's ready. Okay, great. Okay, so I can click on this and look at my geolocation. See this? Okay, copy code. You can just copy this code and send. You can copy, or you can triangulate. Let me go to Google Earth. I think this thing is fully explained on one of the slides. Let me go to Google Earth. Oh, sorry. I need to go to Earth. Can't find my own Google Earth now. Okay, home location. Oh, sorry. Okay. What's it showing me? Oh, my location accuracy is low. Okay, but let me send you the steps. Let me just send you the steps. Let me just. So I will charge for this step. We want to train. We have a target number that we want to meet in terms of real training. Then before we now launch into that, but it's in the pipeline. And it will follow that commission formula. You will see it there. It's in the pipeline. Yeah. Okay, right. Okay, so ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much for your time. Thank you for all the attention you have paid throughout. Thank you. So